school, I enjoyed the maths and the sciences, and I wanted to learn more about the human body. I liked the idea of maybe kinesiology.
Yes, I consider myself a nerd.
I was a big athlete during high school. I played rugby, football, hockey, soccer. I wrestled. I even did cheerleading just for fun.
Go team!
When I finished high school, I went into university, and I went to the University of Toronto. I did a specialist in neuroscience with a minor in biology and psychology, and I was really fascinated with the human brain and how it affected behavior.
I am smart, much smarter than you. Hibbert!
Thought, okay, well, maybe medical school was something that I would consider. Talked to my mom about things. She worked for 3 physicians in Toronto. She was an office manager there, and said she'd speak to her bosses about the potential about me coming in and sort of shadowing in the office. And it didn't. None of that ever really came to fruition. There was someone that my mother had met in her passing while she was at work, and he was a fascinating guy. She said that he was one of the most well-liked people that they saw on a regular basis. Really good personality, very upbeat, really loving life, really grateful for the position he had in life and where he was at. And he actually asked my mom. He said, if your son ever wanted to think about going into dentistry, shoot him my number, get him connected with me, and maybe he can come shadow me for a few weeks at the office. Because at that point, my mom really, she knew I really had no idea what I wanted to do. I was always an academic, always good in school, always worked hard, did well, got good grades, but really wasn't sure where I was going to end up. Neither of my parents had finished, they barely finished high school education. None of them went into post-secondary. So they were sort of like, just do whatever makes you happy. So there was really no pressure from my parents. But I wanted a job that I knew was going to give me flexibility, where maybe I could be my own boss, make my own hours, have a good, work-life balance. So I went into this opportunity thinking, okay, well, this is going to maybe be an eye-opener for me. I went and shadowed him for a few weeks. And the guy was phenomenal. I mean, his patients loved him. He you could really tell he enjoyed his work. Looking back now on what I know about dentistry, the guy was very, very skilled. Always made things look easy, but he had a lot of experience. A lot of the things that resonated with me was he was very friendly, and his patients really appreciated the extra effort he spent in trying to make them feel comfortable. I remember he had a little amplifier under his chair where he would basically put on whatever the patient wanted to listen to. Before the age of wireless speakers and all this stuff, he would throw on a Stevie Wonder CD or something like that, whatever sort of made the patient feel comfortable. And I thought that was really, really cool. Dentistry is one of those, I don't know if you guys knew this, but dentistry, people are afraid of the dentist. I don't know if anyone's ever heard this before, but daily basis, we're here doing dentistry and partly being a psychiatrist to some of these patients, trying to get them to calm down and remain, relaxed. They have treatment that needs to be done or they want done, but their level of anxiety may have prevented them from coming to see someone else. But now they're in your chair and they trust you and they think that you're going to be the right fit. So you try to make them comfortable. I got a little off track there, but how things all kind of came to be was I went, hung out with this guy for a couple of weeks, kind of got a good feel for what he did. I didn't know what a crown was from a filling, from a root canal, from an implant. I had no idea. Like I said, all I knew that was the dentist checked your teeth. I didn't really know what kind of treatment they did or what they had to do with their hands. Anyways, what I came to realize is dentistry is one of those professions that you have to want to work with your hands every day. You have to enjoy it. It becomes a hobby for a lot of us, in so much as you're being creative and you are being skillful, and you're treating people the way you'd want to be treated. I think is probably the most successful thing, or the most successful way to build a practice and rapport with patients. So I learned a lot in the time that I spent with him, and I ended up taking the DAT exam, which is the entrance exam. I ended up passing, getting in, and going to dental school, graduating. I did a year residency at Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto. Really good experience. experience, learning and seeing and being exposed to things that I never probably thought I would be in general practice. So it was a really good experience. I got my IV certification that year. I did my ACLS training that year at the hospital. So I was exposed to a lot of things that really opened my eyes and really gave me a good feel for the profession in general. Kind of gave me an idea as to what I might want to either specialize in or focus practice in once I sort of developed my own practice in the real world. After I left my residency with my massive, close to $200,000 worth of debt.
Damn!
I moved to a small town. I wanted out of the city. I wanted an adventure. I'd been at home until I was 28 years old, and that's pretty old when you're you're wanting to get out and spread your wings and sort of become independent. Looking back, it was probably a good thing. I saved a bit of money, even though I came out with that much debt. I actually came out with probably less debt than some people that had to move into a town where the school is and have to pay rent. So I was very fortunate from that perspective. Ended up moving out of town into a small town, got my feet wet in a small family practice, about an hour from Ottawa. Really liked it. Ended up transitioning about a year later to another position where I had a sort of a larger role in the practice, where I was going to get more and more experience as a single practitioner. So I moved to a very small town and worked for a couple of years there. Really enjoyed my time. Fantastic office, fantastic patients, fantastic community. Ended up buying my first practice, and then relocating to where I am currently and this is my second practice. So right now I'm in a practice that is quite a large component of the community here. It's been a long-standing practice, been around since the late 70s. I've been here since 2015. So I've been in this office for about 8 years, and we've had some ups and downs with the pandemic. And that's about it.